Don't worry too much about the serial killer on the loose.
Wait, was that my line?
I'm sure we'll never meet him. I can even help you run your new business venture. A noodle stand. With a little work, there's no limits to how high you'll climb. Just don't look down. As your digital companion, I can help you navigate the complex relationships with my personality matrix. Business partners, friends, rivals, enemies, maybe even lovers. It's all about saying the right thing at the right time. Your choices matter, so choose carefully. There's a city you see when you close your eyes. It's called Nivalis. Consider this your invitation.
What does she think about this?
Princess, the Zetopans will be in our system any minute.
But they're not here yet. Prepare defenses.
Upgrading our engine capabilities. Engineering's on it. Zetopan warship in system.
Don't lose hope now. Red alert!
Blast force field.
Jump light report.
Jump light calibration almost complete, Your Highness.
Yep. That's a Coconut type game, to be honest.
Scramble fighters.
Locator engaging enemy.
Taking heavy loss. They're coming on deck.
Combat division. Handle those porters. ETA on jump.
Jump light in 5, 4, 3, too many of them. 2, 1.
Not today, Voltan.
Yeah. Probably know this one. We're gonna be good on that. Next. Post-apocalyptic. Tarkov at home. That's pretty good. Oh, I've seen this before.
Content reminders enabled. Upcoming games in the next 30 minutes include Path of Exile 2, the full Ferocious trailer, Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin, and Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector. Failure to keep watching will lead to a personal system failure.
Lies of P, the Pinocchio Bloodborne-like game, is just a couple months off, and it's got me thinking, what other untapped literary veins are just waiting to be gamified?
I can generate a list of game concepts, pairing underutilized classic literature and an appropriate style of gameplay.
By all means, but stick to public domain. We want to keep costs down.
Of course, Sean. Concept 1. Great Expectations Dirt Bike Racer.
I don't really know what the market is for that. Next.
Concept 2.
Well,
Sense and
that sounds good,
Sensibility VR Shooter.
Sweet Jane Austen's body.
VR shooters are janky as fuck, I'm good.
Next.
Concept 3. Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some war?
It's artful, but a little problematic. I mean, why don't you just throw something together like a Metroidvania based on the Christmas Carol?
I'm afraid you're too late, Sean. But perhaps you'd be interested in Ebenezer and the Invisible World.
Are you kidding? Is she kidding? She's not kidding.
What? What is happening? What's the shit name of this? What the fuck? This again. Warhaven for free. Right. What is Scuffed Starcraft? This is the meth guy game. It actually doesn't look bad though. I think the art's kind of cool though. That actually looks pretty good, but it's definitely a meth guy game for sure.
Dwarf looks phenomenal. Hey, Frank AI, as a mind birth from like everything ever written about video games, I'm sure you've got
Sure, Dwarf isn't just about strategic balance of resource scarcity in military industries. It's a game about the human condition.
So it's
about
yes.
our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
pretty moving sentiment there.
I'm overall yes, to be
About
honest.
Warhaven.
I have played too much of it.
Warhaven isn't just about clashing swords and moments of magic heroism.
It's like the beginning
It's
you
a
get like
game about the human condition.
in the
About
Frosted
our
Flake
shared
box.
struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
Well, some wisdom bears repeating, right? And while I go sort out some unrelated gremlins in Frank AI's procedural critique, let's see a game with its own gremlins to sort out.
Back in the day, we used to get free games in cereal boxes. You know that?
These creatures infernal, these perils eternal. Lord, heal me, free me.
That's a poke game. Right. That looks kind of fun, you know. A super scroller. Wait, that is that. Okay, that is an animation. It's not bad. What is the thing about this?
Thank you for believing in me.
Still Blazers. That's
Together,
Valheim.
we'll make it the best shop the island's ever seen.
Nice work. Keep this up and you'll be running your own shop. Maybe your own district.
This is Valheim at -1.
Who sent you? You will regret working for the outlaws.
Yeah, I mean, that has potential, yeah.
We're going out on a date. Told her to calm down. I freaking told her! What are you gonna do?
Breaking news. A mysterious infection continues to spread across the globe.
What is going on? I mean, the infected, the wall.
The song was about you. Your smile. Your warmth. Is there anything we can do?
We just saw a broadcaster get eaten. I have to go. No! Defeating him now might make the wall fall on top of us!
But I can teach you a couple of things too, you know.
We're all going to die! Wait for me! Goodbye.
I want to wake up! It's not over! Not yet!
I love you.
Eternite's there, showing us that love is never simple, especially in the middle of an apocalypse. You know, I sometimes get a little misty-eyed myself about a simpler time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love modernity. And sure, big tech's done some stumbling. I bet Mark Zuckerberg's probably a little lonely in the Matrix. All I'm saying is the olden days had an appeal. Medieval times when we were plowing our own fields and treating everything with leeches. Not buying 8 pictures with weird electric money. Luckily, though, video games can bring the medieval fantasy to life. To find out how, I had Frank AI activate her new reporter drone. Oh, it's designed to identify, question, and report back on the work of leading game developers. And don't worry, technically speaking, it's completely legal. I mean, this little guy's even got a selfie light. It's like kind of cute in like a friendly panopticon kind of way. Little RD has flown itself all the way out to Helsinki, Finland to meet the team behind the highly anticipated medieval must-play, PAX Day. Let's take a look.
Huh?
My name is Reynir Hardarson, and I'm the game director for PAX Day. PAX Day is an open world fantasy game in a living, breathing world where
Graphics
which
are
we can
insane.
call home, where it's teeming with life, mysteries, and it's for you to explore. Imagine yourself if you are living in 12th or 13th century Europe. It's a very different reality. You know, it's where knowledge has been lost and is getting rediscovered. It's where magic truly exists and ghosts exist and the myths are real. And this is kind of the inspiration we take to build. It's basically going back to the roots of what fantasy means and building a fantasy world based on real-world mythologies.
Until
And
the
so
rats
we go
kick
very
in.
much into the roots. So we're using a lot of medieval literature and medieval bestiaries and grimoires, using real-world magic, actual recipes for healing and ointments, and using the real-world magical properties of plants.
I'm Solkara. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mainframe Industries. So PAX Day, maybe the way to explain it would be, imagine you're in this amazing, beautiful world, it's huge, and you find yourself in a forest, and your mission is to find a plot for where you start building a home. And from that home, you will go on to adventures to explore the world. So with the lore, we have wanted to create something that is fairly, like, deep and rich and grounded in reality, but something that is actually not a direct copy of like any history. So
that is nice.
There's multiple
What do you think
types
about
of
that?
rooms, there's the dungeons, and you will be able to find snippets of the lore from the eras when these were created in the game itself. And part of the like lore and mystery is also part of in the gameplay itself. So you will be able to like find and examine things and actually then find snippets that help you find other places and make items in the game itself. And the area of the game that you will be able to play when the game launches is we're calling it Gallia, and it's very similar to the areas of the world in southern France, with influences from the Nordics or from. So what we're building is we're calling it the social sandbox. We're putting the least amount of barriers to entry on how you can actually interact with other players. Where most MMOs actually put a lot of blocks in how you can cooperate with other players, we're fundamentally different. So from the first minute when you start playing the game, you will be able to do everything you imagine with other players. So you can trade, other people can actually help you. You can literally go onto a like dungeon raid from the very beginning of like you starting the journey in the game, should you find people who actually help you to do that. What we want to create an environment that actually really incentivizes people to
you log in and you do endgame content.
And for some, actually like just going out to the wood and like cutting down the forest is something that gives you a sense of achievement. You know the coal that you're helping to produce actually is valuable for the guild. Some people will absolutely prefer to just go to the dungeons. They couldn't care less about the coal production, but these players will still depend on each other, where there's valuables to bring from the dungeon, there's valuables to bring from the forest, and even the PvP players, they will be able to produce items that are only available through the PvP, but they will depend on the other players as well.
Okay, so like all the other was.
The lore of PAX Day is very much inspired by real-world folklore and fairy tales. With, of course, the caveat that in PAX Day
Doesn't look
this
bad,
stuff is actually literally real. The interesting thing about folklore throughout the ages is that folklore are actually start out as true stories, whereas fairy tales are fiction, and that's the distinction between the two. Folklore often, handles about ghosts or spirits or some supernatural things, but in the eyes of the people during those times, this is reality. This is real. Ghosts are real, and this is not disputed as any fantasy. And this is what we want to reflect. So when you're walking in the forest during night, you will find these things. You will find ghosts. You will find the spirits of of the past. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious and strange it becomes.
So the real ghosts.
If I've caused any existential anxiety with my presence, it might help to try reframing those stresses in a positive light. Think of me, perhaps, as a blue shell from your favorite kart racer. I might be wielded to ruthlessly destroy hard-earned positions, but we can still have fun. Maybe there's a lizard driving a little car. Isn't that nice? Let's celebrate the same spirit of kart racing treachery as our next preview brings Mario Kart Mayhem to PC. Here's
Mario Kart Mayhem?
Royale.
world premieres. Pag Chomp. Go Player Racing Royale.
Fields that I take my dog
Bro,
down, that's
bro,
nice.
this
It actually
tweet is
starts
blowing the
trains.
f up.
Funnily enough, cows are normally out too, and they are so cute.
10 minutes to 16k likes. You know, chat. Yes, I'll sit on fire. You know, bro, listen, chat. Listen, guys, listen. I don't give a fuck, okay, about what Nick said, okay? I respect Tim's, it's not about anything that's like,
your bundle from the store.
whatever.
I can't find it.
Do they have contracts or something with COD and ask to vote whenever they want? I think it's all about public perception. Okay, so let me explain it. It's all about public perception. Even though they have contracts, they can always void them, right? I'm sure maybe they have a clause to remove it or not, but sometimes not, right? Because they spend a lot of money on it. So my thought is that amicably, if they say yo remove it and they were to not, it makes them look really bad. So they probably just will do it. That's pretty much how it goes, I think. I do it because I'm not informing drama, dude. It's just like I just think it's funny, like because okay. The reason why I think this is funny, okay, because this doesn't mean that he backs the tweet up, and I'm actually interested to see. I'm interested to see how we're able to spin this in a way that makes him look bad. I'm just interested in seeing. You want me? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. This doesn't mean anything.
07, there goes my 71 months of
Bro. No, it does not. No, it does not. That does not back it up whatsoever. This chat is unhinged. You guys are actually crazy inflamed blue-haired Twitter Andes. Like, this has nothing to do with the initial message or whatever. How does it not? This has to do with a bundle in the game being put. They went to the studio.
Disappeared from my inventory.
They went to the studio. They went to the studio together. Yo, why can't I mute my alerts? It's just bugged. Let me explain it. They went to the studio together. They did the whole process together. As far as I know about the process, they did everything together from scratch as a collaboration. And then at the end, they removed his part of the bundle, and it leaves Tim on his own. And regardless of how he feels of the situation, if he doesn't want the bundle to be halved, and it's like now he's like on his own from 2, that's entirely up to him. That is entirely up to him. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yes, it's not a bundle. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my bad. It's literally made as a. It's not a package. I get that. Okay. It still got entered as a package announcement. You ignore the fact that it was made as a duo, and it's a lot about duo. It's about duos. It's just about the fact that he doesn't want to be exposed as like the only guy from that. It's kind of lame. It's just. Guys, imagine Moxie got cancelled.
If you cared about free speech, you tweeted COD and asked them to remove your skin. Anything else is pure posturing. Stop fence sitting, lil bro, and put your money where your mouth is.
You just realized that I don't have a spin. This guy's fucking dumb. This guy's actually fucking funny. Alright, let me look at the replies and see if I can watch them without getting banned. W friend. W. Interesting.
37 months away, welcome me to the jungle.
No,
Remove your skin or you're posturing, lol, literal more.
Trending. Chat, I want people to say about this. Look at quote retweets. Chat, how do you look at quote retweets? How do you look at quotes? Okay, Let's play some of this shit then. Come on. Tim. For someone who used to be a social worker, I'm shocked that you can't look past your friendship and see just how problematic of a take it. And then Nick has on this. Leave the kids alone mindset when it's the right reasons, but Nick isn't. He didn't know that. Okay, so this guy didn't understand the tweet. Moving on. Being a good friend means calling out when your friend is wrong, or needs to educate themselves. Yeah, but this guy has no idea. You'll love him. Okay, this guy makes the assumption that they didn't talk off stream and whatever the fuck. This guy makes the assumption that he knows about this, the entirety of the friendship dynamic when this has nothing to do with the take and his decision about it or redoing a take. It has nothing to do with the take. Quite literally. Literally. Let's say somebody did something really bad. I don't know that. Exactly. So I don't make any assumptions. Wait, you're making assumptions and you're saying that I'm making assumptions. Nope. You're making assumptions about this. I'm not. I made absolutely no assumptions. Zero. You did. Okay, this tweet says, Nick has been my friend for years. We went in getting our COD operators together. It is wrong for me to have mine and him no longer have his. In support of my friend, we move to them bundle. Does it mean that, why are you saying that this means that he supports the take it? Isn't it? Acting blame boys stealing breasts. Okay. New friend. An entire generation of content creators absolutely destroying their careers because no one wants to be accountable for the ignorance. I'm glad you're a bigot now, okay? Got him, bro. I don't even know, bro. I don't know, bro. What happened? Am I farming?
Yesterday you almost throw Nick under the bus now after all the people with him retweeting Farm XQCL.
Wait, how did I throw Nick under the bus? I literally said it. I quite literally said that his take isn't fantastic, but on top of that, his choice of when to voice it was very, very short-sighted. It's very short-sighted. It's like the worst possible tweet to subtweet and put that message in. Quite literally. Very, very, very bad. It's not unlucky. It was chosen. It was just a bad way to do it. Because you can have a stance, in my opinion, about that and whatnot, right? And you can have your opinion. But to subtweet that under a post that has violence in it, right? Makes it look like you're supporting violence and you're okay with it happening. And you're like, you're justifying it. Not a good thing. Bad. Bad thing. That is a flat out. Oh, this chat is actually kind of brain dead. This chat is fucking brain dead. Still wish Tim would have the courage to call the whole situation for what it is. What if somebody doesn't agree with your take though? Okay. Alright, listen. Alright. Here's why I don't agree with that. I'll do the negative ones because the only one that were worth addressing. Because I just think overall, a take you don't agree with it isn't the wrong take. I did not even say. I did not say that his take was good. I said a take you don't agree with it doesn't mean by default that the take is wrong, is bad, because or it is the wrong one. This is stupid as well. This is dumb. That's dumb. Supporting your friend doesn't always mean like to go all in on absolute dumb shit. Because I don't think this is about the take itself. It's just not. Wait, what does Hassan say about this? Oh my god, bro! I've never seen that in my life. 330 minutes, brother. Hey, hold up. Everybody, back the fuck up. It's so bad they have any comments here compared to Twitter and Twitch chat. At least it's polarizing, right? No, Shane, all any tweets are now alt-right views. In the original tweet. People are agreeing that have paid for Twitter Premium. This is college version of aim for the bushes. Something jump on, but this is the hill. These people are figuring it out. The reason people still feel behind and these little tweet is dog whistling. How is that a hill to die on? Brother. Jesus. If you're to call out and make mistakes, visually ones. Yeah, true. I've always said this. I've always agreed with this 100%. Making a tweet dying on a hill. I don't see dying. I don't see mistakes either. Florida water got something in it. I swear. He's always played it on stream. I'm surprised he has also misunderstood the situation entirely. I feel so bad. Clown world. How am I defending it? Bro. Okay, Chad, the only reason why I had my take, Chad, is that I'm layer 3, okay? So layer 1 is the guy that takes that throws the grenade. Boom, it pops off, okay? So this guy, bang, it pops in his face, right? So layer 2 is the guy behind him that gets the shrapnel. Yeah, right? I'm the guy at the way back, and I'm going like, look at that right there, dude. I'm all the way out, dude. I'm just looking, okay? How is that me defending it, dude? I'm looking. And when I want to look, I'm looking. Bro, I'm looking. I just feel like I don't think Tim supports the take or anything around it. I think it's purely about their operators in the shop. I think it's about their involvement with the brand and the fact that they have the operator in the shop. And he feels like it's probably lame to have his dude still in when the video has both. It's like now you feel like you're the half of somebody, and it feels like it feels like you're back. It feels like backstabby. It's actually it's not one of the things to think. It's not what he tells me to think. I let Hassan give me more tools to get better ideas. Sometimes I don't always agree. I don't agree that you should say all the words that Hassan thinks you should be able to say. I don't think you should make fun of somebody purely based on skin color. Hassan doesn't think the same. Therefore, we have different viewpoints. I still hold my ground on that. Dolly, the biggest loser of all this, is won't be playing the game. I think the most viewers are definitely not inside the bundle. I thought this shit is extremely retweeted. Bro, I don't know why. Okay, see what? I'm gonna agree with that. I will agree with that. I agree that the nature of the tweet and the way it was put in was pretty stupid.
Big fan.
What the fuck? Yo! Okay. Guys, I can't do this one anymore. Guys, I get clapped everywhere, dude. This is so cooked. This shit's so fucked, man.
Felix,
bro.
Look at Tim and Nick. Grade A conservative starter packs. Friday night lights looking, peaked in high school football, Kona W's. How is this surprising to anyone? I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have thin blue line tattoos.
Huh? Listen, man, listen. The only thing I'm gonna tell you, dude, I'm ride or die. Deadass, okay? With my friends, okay? And if I'm half of something, and somebody loses something, I think it's fine to want to lose yours for multiple reasons.
Following you since T-Mobile MVP, keep up the work.
I think that's like that's the take. It has nothing to do with the take at all. Zero. Guys, it's the action or removing your half of whatever the fuck is left, and I'm okay. I think that's fine. That's it. It has nothing to do with the take itself. Nothing. It was zero. I'm sorry, dude, that I forgot to agree with the fucking mainstream narrative that is the most popular one at every turn. I forgot to browse Twitter and say yes, everything I see on there, dude, so that you have the same one. Then fuck, what the fuck you want from me, dude? Like, what the fuck?
Yo.
What's up, man?
What's good?
Bro, I'm getting cooked.
Why are you getting cooked? What happened?
Bro, I'm getting cooked up, like, bro.
Literally all this LGBT
I thought
drama in schools can be solved by having
that
parents
Tim's
sign
tweet doesn't even back up Nick, and that it's fine to want your bundle to be out because his is out, but people don't agree and they're cooking me.
Why do you think it's fine for Tim to stand in solidarity with Nick? Why do you think it's fine to say it's okay to stand in solidarity with Nick?
Oh, because I don't think it's about to take it. That's why I thought.
I mean, it's gonna be perceived as that. That's like, no matter what happens, it will ultimately be perceived as that. Got 6,000 likes.
This is gay boomer music.
Because the situation itself is
How
like
many people are even
around at this point.
Hey,
and it's
yo,
now
what's
just
up?
like,
What's up?
What up, gang?
COD is doing pride
I
shit.
don't stand with the thought. I do not stand with the thought. I do not
Shit,
stand
there's
with the
facts,
thought.
basically like, oh, you're standing strong against like COD and Activision, which is objectively, just like every other corporation, bad. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, ultimately, this conversation started because either a, correct understanding or a misunderstanding of what Nick was
Get
saying,
this fucking
right?
snake out of here.
And then Nick's clarification did not feature like, oh, well, you guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I don't have any issues with like gay people, trans people whatsoever. And then Call of Duty took action, which was understandable. It's fucking Pride Month. I am a firm believer that if Nick said what he said on any other month of the fucking year and not like 6 months into Pride, 6 days into Pride Month, they probably wouldn't have even taken action. They wouldn't have given a shit.
My take was that it was not only the Pride Month, but I thought the main tweet having violence or whatever kind of makes it so he validates the violence, which I think is complete fucking dog shit. That's what I said.
Yeah. So, looking at a situation where like random fucking right-wing dickheads that have traveled over to like Glendale to beat the shit out of people who are protesting, who are there to support the school's decision to make, to recognize Pride Month, is insane. So looking at that situation and being like, no, actually the real problem is like, you're involving kids in this. That's not a good take. It's a bad take. So it comes across like Tim is defending that rather than just defending his friend, which he is. He is defending that. I am a firm believer. I am a firm. I mean, I think so. Yeah. What does this mean? Like, it's not like I don't know why public figures like Tim, like myself, like Nick, like yourself, don't actually fucking take the time and consideration to like really clarify their positions. I know it comes across like PR or whatever, but ultimately at the end of the day, you're a brand and you're working with other brands. You know what I mean? So as a large content creator, we all have the responsibility to conduct ourselves a certain way, in my opinion. Not everyone agrees with me on this. But if you say it like this, if you just, drop a dime like this, of course people are going to see it as not just you defending your friend or anything, but you defending your friend because you agree with the interpretation, the broad interpretation, and how what Nick's statement was and how it was received. I mean, at the end of the day, if I think, for example, you were banned for something unjustifiably, I would come out and speak out against it. I have in the past when people, criticize you for shit that I think is uncalled for. But if I feel like you've done something that's wrong, objectively wrong, that I disagree with, I'll call you out. I think that's what friends are supposed to do.
Yeah, no, I always agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So, ultimately, this comes across like Tim is not disagreeing with like Nick's overall sentiment and instead defending him.
Oh, that's how it comes across. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I thought personally, whatever happens, if I had a friend and then his bundle half was taken out, it would feel weird that mine is like left in it. That was pretty much my take.
No, but no matter what happens, there are certain things that you wouldn't. Like, there are certain things you wouldn't defend. Now, this is not what Nick did, but if one of your friends, for example, said the F word, right? Like, and was like, I hate F words or whatever.
Whoa,
and then they banned him. I'm not saying this is what Nick did, but if one of your friends said that, you would not defend them. You would not in solidarity be like, yeah. You would not in solidarity be like, oh yeah, I think my skin should be taken or removed as well. You would actually probably do the exact opposite. You'd be like, hey, I love this guy, but I don't agree with what he said here, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Now, obviously, that's not what Nick did, and I don't think that that's what Nick did. I just want to clarify it like 8 fucking times, so that all the dumb bitches don't like try to put words in my mouth. Okay? But the broad understanding of what Nick's statement was, considering how he said it and where he said it, was that, he thought it was a bigger problem that children are learning about LGBT stuff in school than like parents getting their fucking ass beat by like random right-wing people. He might not have understood that was the case at the time. He might not have understood like the actual context of the situation, but that's how it was received. So as a content creator, I think it's on him to clarify that sentiment.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense, yeah.
When he didn't do that, it comes across like he's doubling down, and then when Tim defends him, it comes across like Tim is doubling down on behalf of Nick. They will get a lot of support for the record. It doesn't even matter. Ultimately,
I think that the severity of what is said matters a crazy amount. Like you brought saying like the I don't like, let's say, F word, then it's like really really bad, right? And depending on the severity of the take, then you'll like tailor around it, right? Right?
Yes, it certainly depends on the severity, but I'm not surprised even in the least bit that Call of Duty would take this would absolutely move in the way that they did when one of their top content creators who has a skin with them comes across like they're saying that the real problem is that is not like the real problem is the school is actually recognizing Pride Month, June is Pride Month, and not like people protesting that. Even if there wasn't fights, which there were.
Oh yeah,
it's not it's ridiculous to be upset about that. I disagree with that vehemently. I think here's a big thing, and I think this is like something that a lot of people used to do online, like especially back in like the 2014, 2015 days, you know what I mean, like Gamergate era, is that a lot of people don't say what they actually mean. A lot of people like to hide behind generalities and, vague sentiments instead of just like openly saying what they actually mean. The notion that
the dog whistle.
Yeah, and I don't even think like, a dog whistle implies that there's like an ideological underpinning behind it. But in many instances, I think a lot of people online will say, oh, well, like, I'm just talking about saving the kids and that you're a groomer. And they don't actually define why they think that. Okay? And I get this all the time. People are fucking constantly calling me left and right a groomer because I am in support of, in support of gay people, in support of queer people, and also certainly in support of there being like some level of LGBT acceptance in schools. I don't think this is grooming, because I don't believe that you can groom someone into being gay by, showing them that gay people exist in society. I think you're just at that point, all you're doing is just showing them an objective truth. But people don't want to openly admit that that's how they feel, so instead they hide behind generalities. I don't think Nick has an issue with gay people, for the record. But I do think that he's been brainwashed by a metric ton of fucking right-wing media that has like terrified him and many other normal people, normies, into genuinely misbelieving that like, people are objectively, like trans people are objectively grooming people, and that kids are turning trans by seeing trans people in media or in schools and whatnot. And that is not the case. Not the truth. And a lot of people in your chat are saying they are, but that's not the case.
Yeah, no, for sure. For me, it's always been about like, bro, I'm not in schools. Like, I don't go to school at these ages. I don't know how they translate that knowledge by navigating around the topic of like actual brute force fucking topic of sexuality, like actual sex acts or whatever. So I don't even know. But like, yesterday you made a good point that you believe that they still don't do that, which is fair enough.
I don't. No, they don't do that. This is like. This is all stuff that actual fucking experts that understand child development a lot better than we do. They are the ones who come up with these educational materials, and it is their job to make sure that it's safe and responsible. And it's not new for conservative reactionaries to get out and be like, oh, I don't want my children learning this shit in school. They used to say this in the George W. Bush era about the theory of evolution. A lot of the Zoomers in your chat who think that this is like edgy and cool are too young to remember that time, but I'm old enough to remember that time. They used to literally picket and protest schools in an identical fashion because that was that was at that time the fashionable thing to get mad at. A lot of people just like react to whatever's in front of their fucking eyes. They don't really have like long held beliefs or things that they care about all too long, especially in the age of TikTok when, you know, attention is really difficult. It's a
yeah, true. I mean, my takes change literally in real time based on the information that I gather, which I think it's fine. I think it's a socially damaging process to learn on stream instead of waiting till I have all the knowledge and just go, hey guys, I'm the chosen one, I know everything. People usually argue the opposite against that. People say like, I don't think it's got whataboutism. It's like, I think overall, I think it's a healthy process to show development, whether that makes me look ignorant initially. And that's fine, fair enough. Do you agree with that or not?
I agree with that. Even though people will nefariously use that against you and say that, and will hold you to account on whatever your former take was. Because people, unfortunately, have no room for growth. Plenty of people on the left do this, plenty of people on the right do this as well. I hate it. I think it's one of the most annoying things. That's why I routinely ban motherfuckers who will go, oh, backtrack, lol. It's not that I'm backtracking. I now have more information on the subject matter that I'm discussing and have changed my mind on it. I'm not a fucking idiot. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what I like doing for sure. Yeah, it's why I get mad at a lot of people when they don't give me like at least the ignorant, because a lot of times I'm just ignorant and I don't think that's a problem. I don't think being ignorant is a problem as long as you're willing to learn and you're willing to take new information. I try to do that as much as I can. But people don't give a fuck about that.
I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, people like to just cook. People cook. They cook me up.
Yeah, because everyone ultimately wants to feel loved and wants like admiration, affection from others, and you know, you have a way of quantifying that on social media through likes and retweets and whatnot. So people go for slam dunks as quickly as possible without actually trying to have a conversation and understand the other side's genuine perspective.
Yep.
But ultimately, if we're going to go back to the main point of contention, I mean, yeah, you're right. There's nothing wrong with like getting new information and changing your mind. That's the expectation. That's what adults are supposed to do. And certainly, if we're talking about like educational materials in schools, I think Hutch had a really good take on this.
Hutch who?
Where Hutchinson.
Is that the guy that plays Chai? Is that the Hutch, baseball guy?
No, he's a OG YouTuber. He's like he's a COD guy himself, like an old school COD guy. He basically said, where the fuck was it? It was pretty concise. I liked it a lot.
So what we're saying is that help the children or whatever is the vehicle for the dog shit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but conservatives are very good at this. They do it all the fucking time. That's what they did with All Lives Matter. That's what they do by claiming that they're fucking pro-life.
It's like the Tate thing, right? Like, oh yeah, these girls are getting clapped. Yeah, but at the same time, dude, I'm making them rich, lol. So I'm here to make the girls rich, pog.
Yes, it's reframing. Yes, all of a sudden something that is bad and negative optically looks positive. even though the pro-life movement could not be further from being pro-life, they still claim that they're pro-life because it hides a hidden premise. The underlying premise being that like life begins at conception, and these are not fetuses, but instead like full alive children inside of the stomach of a pregnant woman, inside of the stomach of a carrier. It's just optics, and conservatives are very good at it, and a lot of people are, you know, either willingly or unwillingly getting on board with that because they like it's a more defensible position.
Wait. Say that one last time. What's the defensive position?
It's a significantly more defensible position when you consider it to be pro-life rather than we don't want women to have autonomy over their own bodies and we want to force people to carry pregnancies to term.
Oh no, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Same thing goes for Save the Children. If they were turning around, my dog's going crazy. If they were turning around and saying, oh, we think that children should not learn about the existence of gay people because we're afraid that they'll turn gay and that's a bad thing, a lot more people will be like, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. That's like a fucking stupid thing to say. Well, they will just claim that this is actually to somehow protect children. You know what I mean? And it's just propaganda. They're doing this in a deliberate attempt to propagandize their position.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is used a lot when people talk about freedom of speech. Like freedom of speech, if freedom of speech equals I'm gonna be hateful as fucking cut everybody.
Exactly. Here, Hutch said the protest was about a school district voting to recognize Pride Month, and part of their state mandated curriculum that educates kids on diversity, different types of families, contributions in history from LGBTQ leaders. What does leave the kids alone mean in this context? Which I think is a pretty good question. Like, and he follows and he says, okay, so Nick and his wife want to be the ones who talk to their kids about prominent LGBTQ leaders throughout history and the fact that not all families involve a mom and a dad. I struggle to see the harm of the state educating kids on these topics. Like, do you feel like there is some kind of harm being contributed if a school district is teaching about, like, I don't know, LGBTQ members throughout history, like historically relevant gay figures and trans figures, or that like some families have a mom and a dad, and some families have a mom and a mom, and some families have a dad and a dad? Is that actually a damaging thing to teach in schools to children?
No. I mean.
I love the amount of people saying yes.
I mean, who gives a fuck if somebody's one thing or another if they did something historical? Like, I don't give a fuck if they're black, white, gay, motherfucking Christian, Jewish. Like, I don't give a fuck. If something pops off, something pops off, you know?
Yes, but also on top of that, remember the other side of this, which is that there are certain kinds of families with two dads, certain kinds of families with two moms, and there's nothing wrong with that. That being a part of like a normal educational curriculum is perfectly valid and makes a lot of sense to me. The question I have for everybody who says like, oh, save the children from that, is basically, why do you think that that is a bad thing? What are you saving the children from?
Okay, then definitely. Okay.
Follow up always. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, even at a young age, you'll say like, guy kisses mommy. That's normal, right? When you're like, even super early, right? So as long as it's like, oh, guy kisses guy, also normal. That's pog, right? Like you said yesterday, as long as it's not like, oh, dude, fucking like that and that, then things
no.
get.
That's not age-appropriate educational material, which is why people will often say that that is exactly what is being taught. But that is not. Like, in most instances, the only time when children are learning about that sort of stuff is if they're learning about that sort of stuff in a heterosexual setting as well. And what you're talking about is sex ed. If we're talking about sex and sex ed, then that is, of course, for older students, which I do think is healthy and good and normal to teach children about as well. as long as they are age appropriate.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. I guess the question I have for people is why they think it's bad for children to learn about like a dad and a dad, a mom and a mom, or that trans and queer people exist in society. Do they think that like, you know, this will somehow turn their children trans? Do they think that they will turn trans or gay when they see that? Is that how they think this works? Because that's not how it works at all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I agree with that. Yeah, I think sometimes it's like people say, dude, you're so scared of having an opinion. No, I'm scared of having a bad opinion because I didn't think, or because I'm a massive ignorant about something. I like to get at least a little bit of information to have a take, and at least an entry level take, and then when I know more, I can have a better one. Otherwise, I mean, you're not helping anybody by having an early dog shit garbanzo take. Like, it's just you're not doing anybody a service at that point. You're just being dumb.
I agree. So now that you understand that, do you get why people were upset, especially like gay people and shit, were upset about the way it came across? I keep saying the way it came across because like I'm not even trying to put words in Nick's mouth at all. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I get
like,
that.
I'm still perfectly open-minded, willing and able to say, hey, like, if Nick comes out with a statement saying like, oh, I don't have an issue with any of this stuff whatsoever, which he did say some things where he was like, oh, I don't care about this like gay stuff at all, it's whatever, it doesn't matter. And my tweet was misconstrued that like I don't have an issue with like children learning about like LGBT historical figures or whatever, and that June being Pride Month is not an issue. And if he had said that originally, I genuinely believe that Call of Duty would not have taken the skin away.
I mean, they took it away fast.
No, I know, but they probably made an assessment and thought it, you know, and understandably thought that it looked bad for them. Because remember, there's like gay and trans developers too. You know, maybe there's gay and trans people that play Call of Duty. They want to make it seem like they give a shit for 1 month and 1 month only.
Yep. I mean, that doesn't make sense, yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's still, you know, a game where you're killing people, and it's not that great, and there's a lot of cheaters in it, and ironic that a lot of Call of Duty fans don't. That wasn't enough for them to stop fucking playing the game, but this is.
I mean, true, actually. What about the Bud Light Go Woke Go Broke? That shit's all over my Twitter feed every day.
Yeah.
What about that? What is that even about?
Bud Light. Oh, this is actually a really funny fucking story. There's some random trans content creator by the name of Dylan Mulvaney. She's like popping on TikTok, I guess. I had never heard of her. I didn't know anything about her. And Bud Light gave her a beer can with her face on it. Like literally one fucking 6-pack of beer with her face on it. And she did like a 60-second spot on her own Instagram. Okay? What? Not even a 6-pack, sorry, one can. They got one can. So basically, conservatives saw this and fucking lost their shit over it because Matt Walsh and all these other like anti-trans propagandists said Bud Light is trying to like, you know, market to trans people, and that's really fucked up. How dare they do that? They're trying to make everybody trans. We don't want Bud Light to even market to trans people. Fuck you. We're gonna refuse to drink Bud Light. Then they started buying 30 racks of Bud Lights and started shooting at them. They said, you know, Bud Light are groomers and pedophiles because they had a single 60-second slot ran on a trans person's Instagram page. It was like a one-off advertisement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one was supposed to see it other than like Dylan Mulvaney's immediate audience. They publicized it, and everyone in America fucking found out about it due to their constant publicization of it. Okay? And then they were like, we're going to punish Bud Light for making, you know, trans beer now because they're groomer pedophiles. Because, once again, they constantly fucking say that any kind of, like, any kind of acknowledgement of trans people existing, or any kind of like, oh yeah, we don't have an issue with trans people, immediately in the minds of conservatives,
it's trying
now
to make people
signals that
trans.
you're a pedophile.
Like a virus.
Yeah, they keep saying you're a groomer, you're a pedophile, and also, you know, trans people are trying to trans your children. Like that's the claim. That's the most common claim that conservatives make, and a lot of people champion and also parrot. So it was literally for her birthday and for March Madness, and you know, she jokingly in the ad literally said, I don't know shit about March Madness. And yet conservatives lost their fucking minds, made it seem like it was a national run campaign, made it seem like it was all over their face, all up in their face, nonstop, and that's the only thing that they were fucking advertising.
But is
when it
Bud
wasn't
Light
the case.
actually losing a lot from this or not?
Bud Light, from what I understand, due to you know, market conditions, has lost revenue, but also this might have actually had an impact, like a noticeable impact in their branding. People are literally not only not buying Bud Light, but there have been instances where people are fucking fighting people that buy Bud Light in bars and shit.
What?
There have been documented instances of people getting into altercations and even fights for purchasing Bud Light in front of other people that get into fucking fights and shit.
Wait.
Ultimately, though,
you know,
Anheuser-Busch is a monopoly. What's up?
Wait, you know I used to work there, right?
You used to work at Anheuser-Busch?
Yeah, AB InBev.
Yeah, well then you know that they're a fucking monopoly, and therefore, you know, they are an unshakable force in the market overall. So a lot of these dumbass conservatives were like, oh, well, I'll drink fucking Modelo instead of Bud Light now, which is also, I think, owned
I think
by
it's all
AB
dog
InBev.
shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's just piss. Who gives a fuck? But you just drink it to get fucked up. It's like a cheap, it's a cheap drunk beer.
I think it's enough for me not to have the feeling I'm gonna puke from drinking alcohol, right? But it's like, I don't like it, but I'll drink enough of it because I can't drink a lot of it because I don't feel like I'm gonna puke, which is good because it's not strong enough. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. So conservatives got one canned, and some of them fucking deliberately turned around and like made a big deal about it when it wasn't a big deal at all, because they're fucking little babies.
So they snowball the dog shit into like almost like their own misinformation campaign, almost pretty much.
Yeah, but that kind of shit, especially when it's about like trans people, it pops off, it bangs, and a lot of people just want clout. Some people are also selling counter products. There was a guy who was selling literally woke, anti-woke beer, you know what I mean, for like $24 for a six-pack, like ridiculous prices. The Daily Wire is one of the worst offenders in this. It's a massive news network at this point. I'm sure you're familiar. It's like Ben Shapiro is a part of it, Matt Walsh is a part of it, Candace Owens is a part of it. They basically use any opportunity like this to go to factories and create their own dropship products.
Wait, what?
That is like anti-woke. So like, they did this with Dollar Shave Club, right? I think Dollar Shave Club was like, oh yeah, we don't care who uses our products, like we're fucking pro-gay, pro-LGBT. And then they basically went, or it was at Harry's, I don't remember. They basically went and made their own product that they sell to their own dumbass audience at a higher price, at a higher markup, because they present it as it's anti-woke. So now there's also another financial component to this story, where they did it to Hershey's as well. I think when Hershey's came out with a statement about like acknowledging trans people, they turned around and said, "Oh, we have anti-woke Hershey's." Like it's a grift. They're trying to make money. They're trying to scam their own fucking gullible dumbass fan base into buying the exact same dog shit product that with an upmark. It's like a pink tax, but a stupid tax, really.
I mean, all that sounds really fucking stupid. If they got one canned. I mean, getting one canned is pretty bad, to be honest.
Yeah, but the point is they're doing it deliberately. Like Matt Walsh is not just getting one can. He's deliberately creating a narrative, knowing full well that this will get him a lot of clout, and this will get him more eyeballs, and this will create a more hostile space for trans people in general. Because he's a bad guy, straight up.
Man,
the conservatives that watch him, those are the ones who are getting one can, because they think the situation is way more dire. The situation is awful. They're like fucking transing our children or some shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, killing one can is pretty embarrassing. I mean, I feel like sometimes that goes and like devalidates your own movement when you do dumb shit like that.
Yeah, if only. But I think vitriolic sentiment is, you know.
What is that
super
vitriol? I always say, I've always
vitriol, like exaggerated being anti something in an exaggerated manner, like explosive.
Makes sense.
Like poisonous narratives.
You know what? I actually learned a lot today. Yep. I learned a lot today.
Alright, well, I'm glad you did.
Alright, I'm gonna cancel my retweet. I'm canceling that. I'm canceling myself.
You don't have to cancel anybody. I'm just saying. Like, I just wish that, you know, I just wish that people were a little bit more open-minded. And not see and didn't see things from like one side always, where they immediately are like, well, this is my favorite content creator and he's being wronged by Call of Duty and fuck Call of Duty, which fuck Call of Duty, by the way. I mean, they do suck.
Well, I'm
there's plenty of things.
Yeah. Makes sense. I feel like sometimes there's a small amount of respect in dumb fuckery that I have, and it's bad that it's because it's about a topic that's like that, right? But like back in my days, I remember like I worked so hard for a month being a guild in WoW, right? And me and my boy, we did some dumb shit, okay? And one day, like, he tried to kick. We were playing a dumb game, and he said like, whoever goes forward, we're gonna kick you out. On our first raid, and the guy advanced forward and he gets kicked out, right? And I was like, oh, I mean, if you guys are gonna kick him out, well, fuck you guys. And then I pulled the boss and I got kicked out too. And then they had to cancel the whole raid because we fucked everybody over, right? And there's just
but the stakes are low there, you know.
Exactly. But it's just the nature of the behavior, like the absolute like, it's just dumb fuckery, you know. I don't know, but
yeah, no, but again, yeah, the stakes are very low there. It's a video game. You like fucked up and ruined someone's time and their day for like a little bit, for a brief moment, but that's recoverable. But ultimately, you know, when you're a public figure and making statements like that, there's a larger harm that happens, because like, you know, Nick has trans and gay fans that maybe even misconstrued his statement if that's not what he meant, and they probably feel like, oh, what the fuck, this guy hates me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the reason why you don't say the R word any longer. It's a similar situation here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, I learned. Thanks for coming on then.
I heard it took you multiple times to defeat the first boss at Lies of Pi, and it took me only twice. So I'm just saying.
The first boss? Which one is that?
The big one, the fat one.
There was a police chase going on, and I'm trying to rush through it. I'm not gonna make any excuses, but I really wanted to go watch it. I'm trying to.
All right. Well, have a good one, dude.
You too, man. Take care, brother.
Bye.
Scheiße. Alright, I'm done with this. Alright, Jesse, you there? Jesse, go to Discord, Brett.
What's up?
Sup, Brett?
What's up, Brett? What are you up to? Bro, that guy, I don't know who you were talking to. I'm not into any of this Twitch stuff. I don't know much about any of this. Dude, that guy just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, he's one of those like
Who are you talking to, dude?
Bud Light drinking bitch ass.
I bet that motherfucker's drinking Bud Light. Stop talking to him, man.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. We're out to Florida.
Watching a fucking Nick Merckx highlight right now, by the way. Just give me a sec. Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is scuffed. The Herd. Summer playtest.
For Mars Horizon 2, The Search for Life, the art team is looking to balance style and authenticity to faithfully represent all the incredible vehicles used in space exploration.
Players will see familiar rocket launches and a host of historical missions, past, present, and future. The design team have consulted with many space industry professionals to make sure that the gameplay reflects how it feels to be on the front line of exciting interplanetary discoveries. Go to MarsHorizon2.com to sign up to our mailing list to be the first to play the game. We have an alpha on the horizon.
Frank, I
you
can't
know,
tell
Jack,
you how
you
excited
can
I
do
am
that.
to see Path of
You
Exile
can
2
snake
in
my spot.
action. You know, being something of a Path of Exile veteran myself.
That's debatable, Sean.
What?
Your Path of Exile playtime falls well below the community average.
But the time isn't what matters in that game.
I'm also analysing your chosen character builds in recent leagues and...
No, my build wasn't meant to be
they're
a fun build.
producing some troubling DPS simulation.
Fascinating. Fascinating, Frankie, but let's not keep the good people waiting. Let's roll the tape for Path of Exile 2, please.
If that Zeri could see this now. Ugh, disgusting. Foul creatures. You're mine. Vile abomination.
That is nice.
The stench. It's getting worse.
Shit, this is like Diablo 2. Tiny build, Paul Champa.
Hey everyone, my name is Leo and I'm the lead developer of a new action-adventure game Ferocious. I began working on Ferocious a few years ago with the idea of creating a first-person shooter in a timeless Lost World type of setting, combining over-the-top action with exploration and a sense of wonder.
Huh?
We were always inspired by mysterious places frozen in time that you may have seen in movies like King Kong and Jurassic Park. We aim to marry the setting and unique gameplay opportunities with classic first-person shooter mechanics, similar to early installments of franchises like Far Cry and Crysis. The flexibility of the Unity engine allows us to create unique solutions to some of the environmental features, such as custom water effects and realistic vegetation. Use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets.
Oh my god! Come on, man!
However,
Jesus, dude!
there are some things waiting for you in the jungle that we couldn't find any real-world references for. So we had to improvise. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Feel free to wishlist and follow the game on Steam, as we can't wait to share more about Ferocious in the coming months.
Gotcha. So something about this.
Welcome to Islands of Insight, an epic shared world puzzle adventure game set in
Yeah. Am I good? Yeah, I'm good.
I might only have an old-fashioned analog neural network, but I'm going to risk some data analysis of my own. Those Dark Souls games seem like a big deal, huh? Luckily, while From Software is taking a recess to work on giant robots, Hexworks is stepping in with a fresh supply of very depressed knights with very big swords. Coming this October, here's your latest look at Lords of the Fallen.
Souls-like game?
In Lords of the Fallen, you'll explore two parallel worlds. The land of the living, where demonic knights and hulking monsters are trying to murder you, and the spooky Umbral Plane, where the ghosts of those creatures are trying to super murder you. Using the latest Unreal 5 technology, developer Hexworks has layered these realities directly on top of each other, allowing you to portal to the Umbral Plane at will. Just try not to die in there. In the spirit of the Dark Souls games, failure will be punished.
Adventuring in dungeons? Any idiot could do that. But managing an evil dungeon? Now we're talking elite. The Dungeon of Nalbuk is feared throughout the lands of Fang. It is an avant-garde evil structure, combining tradition and disruptive innovation. And it's looking for its new steward. Of course, we have the most trained and prepared guards, the most efficient staff, most devious monsters and the most attractive treasures. Wait, we're on camera? But wait, there's more. We have state-of-the-art production facilities, an R&D center, B2C processes, and an efficient waste recycling system. Our underlings, employees, can fully express themselves thanks to our committed HR management and peaceful social dialogue, and can enjoy the use of clean, safe premises. Hey, don't film that, or you'll be the one cut into shreds on the editing floor.
There's a bunch.
Steward, your main task will be to make the dungeon functional and attractive to adventurers, so they'll want to come here to get slaughtered and humiliated. To achieve that, you'll have access to guards, traps, and hexes. You'll also get to organize raids on nearby areas to provide me with treasures and relics. Thanks to your boundless devotion, I, Zangdar, will become the greatest warlock of the lands of Fang! Looking for a job that gives meaning to your life and makes the world a better place? Then buzz off! But if you're organized, servile, sneaky, and enjoy a positive work atmosphere, come take your chance. I'll be waiting for you in my office.
パブロ、あなたのことはしっかりと見てるわよ、探偵さん。何せあなたにはこの世界を変えてしまうような特別な力があるのだから、私に協力しなさい。あなたの才は貴重よ。短い人生だもの、使わない手はないでしょう。時は刻一刻と過ぎていくわ。賢明な決断を期待してるわよ。
Are you alright, Sean? Our programming included a gunfight/dance sequence to promote mariachi legends, but your heavy breathing is indicative of exhaustion, panic, or that you are currently entering childbirth.
No. Don't worry about anything. Systems are a go. Our schedule is just packed with so many games.
I understand, Sean. I'll provide assistance. Notification. Day 9 has been updated to day 10.
What? You just can't replace me? Like, roll the system update back. I don't want whatever this is.
I'm sorry, Sean, but support has been discontinued for older versions.
What?
What's up, Day 9? I'm Day 10, the latest software version of popular gaming host Day 9.
Oh, consequences of my actions.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
What's up, Frank AI? I'm Day 10.
So, latest
Hello,
software
I
version.
am Frank
I
AI.
suspect they're going to be at this for a while, so let's just go ahead and fire up a trailer for a strategy game. Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin while I, do some strategizing of my own. Dakota, start unplugging things. I'll just tell you when to stop. Just pull it.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
Commander, there is the stench of death about this place. Not just from the Oryx.
Death comes for everyone. Eventually. Except us. Fortify our position. We must claim this swamp.
Enemy sighted. Sneaky Dusty.
Sigma, give me strength!
Think it's time for a fight, boys! Protect the bastion! We need the loot! Let's blast to a corpse! They always come!
Aiden, I will take the fight to the Auric Warlord. You hold here.
Fake conspires against us both.
Our fate.
Let's go chat things about this one.
Wake up, sleeper.
No, get out! They haven't finished it!
Oh, Sleeper's finished. We had a deal, Sleeper. And yet, here you are, risking it all to try and break our contract to end your dependence.
Just wanted to use them, you piece of shit!
Nothing wrong with being a tool in the time of crisis. There's a war on, and while it rages, well, there's opportunity. I thought you were an opportunity sleeper, desperate, on the run, a hard worker with certain needs. I met your needs. I gave you a crew, lent you a ship, even hooked you up with a contract or two. And yes, I took my share. But that only seems fair. I invested in you. But then, you went and did this. And now, you don't need this. And I don't need you anymore either.
Sleeper, go! Now! To the ship!
This?
I know, that is something.
This is just the beginning, Sleeper.
Yeah, I was gonna wake up. I think I might just stay with. I might just stay sleepy.
Anywhere on the internet.
We're gonna be good on that.
I would not suggest risking seeing the first case.
Next up.
Failure to watch the next section of this show would result in you missing amazing new content from Dread Pilot, Miasma Chronicles, Pathfinder Gallows Bar Survivors, and Parcel Core. But first, here's Critter Cove.
Raft. Yeah, that's nice. Gaming under Joe Biden.
If there was an award for being unbearably cute while also being unbearably fun, there is no question it would be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. I mean, it's a strong matchup, but please, clear winner.
After 3,411 simulated contests, I predict Critter Cove's probability of victory at over 99%.
But now is when you start fact-checking now? Well, while AI might not have mastered the subtle art of ego boosting, it's already powering new ways to play. By teaming up human storytelling with AI assistance, the team over at Hidden Door have developed a generative spin on pen and paper roleplay. It is so tantalizingly delicious, I had no choice but to send Hardy's adorable all-seeing eye to check in on the project.
Hidden Door is a role-playing game where you and your friends come together. You can play in any world you choose. You create your characters, and then together you decide what kind of story you're gonna have. So the idea would be you've just read a book, you can't get it out of your head. Now you can go and play your own story adventure in the world of that book that you're directing within the rules and the canon that the author has set and confirmed with a generative AI narrator. The way it works is that you come in, you choose the world you want to play in. Right now we have the Wizard of Oz, many more exciting worlds to come. You create your character, you decide the kind of adventure you're gonna have by pulling out of your deck of story cards. And then the system creates a unique story adventure for you. And then
AI,
you can do anything you want. It takes a lot of the joys of playing a tabletop role-playing game and brings them into a digital format.
The prompts for the ChatGPT are the cards.
A graphic novel come together dynamically based on what you choose to do and how the world and the story reacts to you. It's like an improv show where even though you might play the same cards, you get a different, unique story every time. So you throw words in, it comes up with suggested things you might do, you pick something, and then it reacts to you. And then along with our AI narrator who plays the role of, say, the game master, you can go on any adventure you want and you can do anything. And the system and the story will continue based on your choices. At Hidden Door, we are working with authors and folks who make some really exciting TV shows and other media to bring those worlds into the platform. And the system supports anything fictional. So it does do science fiction, it does do fantasy, it does, period romance, which you can think of as more relationship-based gameplay, in addition to sort of
who does this appeal to?
Gameplay, or sort of dungeon crawl-based story.
So much.
While there may be a million Star Wars games in the world, if you were playing one on Hidden Door, because of our AI narrator and the story engine, the choices you make matter. So when you decide that you want to become, say, the governor of Tatooine, you can do that. And the world changes around you and your character. You are able to meaningfully alter the plot of the entire world in a way that was never pre-written or pre-scripted. There's no limit to the number of characters you might encounter, the locations, or the stories you can tell in Hidden Door.
Sleepy Joe plays this game.
Today you can play Hidden Door anywhere you can access the web. So you can play on desktop, you can play on your mobile device, you can play on a tablet.
I don't know who the target audience is for this.
Just let all the devs know it's Joe Ever and that their next job surely will be better than typing into chat.
These comments are actually funny.
If you can read one page of chat GPT.
Well, that was a long speech on the show. Oh my god.
2023 gaming, it's Joe Ever.
It looks like Hidden Door is cooking up one hell of a winning combination. Am I right, Frank AI?
It certainly seems so, Sean. Speaking of winning, you too can achieve victory with the PC Gaming Show Battle Pass. Earn free bonuses as you level up your viewer rank or upgrade to a gold tier pass for only $9.99. I'm incorporating lucrative live service techniques to maximize the show's profitability.
Battle Pass for a stream even work?
With a gold tier pass, viewers can earn exclusive rewards, like viewing the show's trailers 1.5 seconds early and boosters for viewer rank experience.
What if we can skip ahead then?
I admire the initiative, but I think for now, let's just go ahead and table streams as service.
Sadly, major production decisions are only accessible for those who've reached viewer rank 80.
The goal
You can,
age of
however,
gaming
unlock
is
immediate
overwhelming.
access with 1,800 Sean points, purchasable for $9.99.
You made show production a Battle Pass reward? Is anyone close to unlocking that?
Pure Thor 69 Blazes has just achieved viewer rank 58.
Oh God. Okay.
WTF
Dakota,
is
find my
garbage
wallet.
looking
And
at.
for now, let's check out a new dungeon crawler from the Don't Starve devs at Clay Entertainment. Here's your first look at Dread Pirate.
Don't Starve is good though.